Rhythm and Raj. Hi, it's me. Rhythm and Raj. Talk about music. Rhythm and Raj. Rhythm and Raj. It's Rhythm and Raj. Let's begin. Yo, beautiful people, human beings, and whatever you want to be today. I am your insert adjective here because I don't want to say it. You know what I mean? I don't want to say illustrious host. I don't want to say amazing host. I don't want to say fine ass host, but I feel like all of these apply. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the new glow. You know what I mean? I put this bright bright ass light in my face. Okay. So, because some folks were like, your lighting sucks. You need to be da 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 da. So, just for you, I'm here blinding myself. Um, I'm not gonna blame that on you. You know what I mean? That's not your fault. It's my own because I chose to use such a bright ass light. But it is what it is, man. I just wanted to be well lit and kind of better. I guess this is an easy way to transition into this. I want to be better at everything I do. Like I think I've said, I'm not. Let me not say I think. I know I've said this here before. But when it comes to things like my shows and like my music and just things that I take pride in, um, I move with intention. I move to be better than the last time I did something. I don't want to. Excuse me. I don't want to embarrass myself when I step out in front of people. So I do my absolute best to constantly improve and gain the knowledge that one might need in order to succeed later on down the line right now. Whether I get it or not, I'll never know till I get there. But I do my best to improve and make sure that the next episode is different because I don't want to say better. I would love to say better, but that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. I want to make sure that next episode is slightly different and headed in a direction that everybody can enjoy. You know what I mean? To say it in political terms. Oh, I'm a fucking fool. Anyway, uh, I hope everybody out there is doing good. I hope your week's great. YouTube people, you know what I'm saying? I hope you're enjoying the visual experience of my couch in my basement. Um, Audio people, I hope that you don't hear my hands rubbing hard as fuck on the mic unless you're into that. You know what I mean? Then whatever. But the rest of you, I'm absolutely certain that's fucking annoying, and I'm sorry. But until I can find a little more of a comfortable setup for myself, this is where we are. This is what we do. Either way, we got to continue to make great. So off bail, off rip. I don't even want to jump into too much because I think this episode is going to be interesting. We're going to start music, of course. We have to. It's rhythm and Raj. Rhythm comes first every time. So, without more nonsense to say, I'm totally not dragging something over on my laptop. Don't let my pausing fool you. Let's get into let's get into our songs of the week. Yes. Um, I am absolutely certain that first of all, I fucked up that intro to this. I'm not gonna change it. We're gonna keep it here. Just to keep it a beat. This is transparency. This is true love. Anyway, let's start with our songs of the week, man. To be honest, I've had an interesting week sonically. I've discovered a lot of new sounds and I've discovered a lot of new artists that I really enjoy. But instead of giving you completely new to me artists, because I want to take time to deep dive into their catalogs, I don't want to present you anybody that I think might suck. You know what I mean? Or I think might not have staying power or the longevity to really craft something. Like I know it's songs of the week, so like this is one song. I feel you, I do, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you something that is a guarantee you should scroll through. So, with that being said, let's start with Kamikaze by Omar Apollo. For one, The whole album, Apollonio or Apollonio, however it's said, forgive me for butchering it, is amazing. But Kamikaze is fucking awesome. Oh my god, the chords are great. The way he hits the fucking pre is beautiful. Y'all know I love pre hooks. The way he hits the pre, we were kids and we were younger. Mm. I'd often wonder, na, na, na. Like he really smoked that whole stretch, and it's like stuck in my brain. And the hook is great. Oh man, everything about that song is wonderful. Like I just think Omar Apollo deserves way more love and shine. He gets a lot, so it's great, but I don't think it's enough. He really does a great job of crafting songs that even if you can't 100% relate to the life he's living or the things that are happening, you know, you can relate to the messages and you can relate to the feelings so well. It's really well done, and I applaud his songwriting ability and just his ability to be an artist. You know, because Omar is really good at that, and I think the world will see it as time goes. He's really fucking awesome. So yeah, Kamikaze by Omar Apollo. Check that out. Next, I gotta go with Gucci Slides by Ambre featuring Smino, who I love very much. Um, Ambre blindsided me with this album. It's called Pulp. Gucci Slides was the first song I heard, obviously because Smino is on it, and I was like, if Smee touches it, it's got to be gas. And I heard that song. I Ombre, if you ever see this, I love you, and I think we need to work because you're fucking awesome. And it's just so unfair how good you are. You smoked every song on that album, but Gucci Slides, come meet me at Margin. None of fighting. Got my Gucci slides on, baby. That right there, nigga, stuck in my head for weeks. She smoked that. I wish I could remember all the words so you could believe me for real. But like she smoked that song. Smee did a great job. Smino is Smino. He will always be amazing. Ambre put her whole foot, dare I say, whole leg in that motherfucking song, man. And I think she produced it. I don't remember who produced that record, but oh my god, like the song is so good. It captures the energy of what the overall album is so well. And I think it captures the energy of, you know, what kind of artist she is in general very well because it shows that her ability to sing, it showcases her ability to write what could possibly be hits because she's got the perfect vibe and she knows how to get that bounce that really, you know, that flow that really keeps you there, and she really just manipulates her voice so well. Oh man, I can't give that song high enough praises. Gucci Slides by Ambre is amazing, and you need to listen to it right now. What else is there? What else is there? Oh, look, you will hear me talk about this man until the day they put me in whatever urn I decide to leave my ashes in. Sossgirl by Pierre Bourne is incredible. And Pierre Bourne is my number one artist on every platform. I know you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, this is your number one? Because it's good to me. It's great, it's catchy, it's fun, whatever. That whole album is 2 hours. I need you to understand this. The Life of Pierre 4 Deluxe is an album stacked on top of the original album, right? As many deluxe albums are. You want to know what makes this one different? And something that makes Sossgirl so amazing? Transitions. The original Life of Pierre 4 transitions song to song to song to song so much it feels like an hour long song in a great way. What he did with the deluxe is he went, y'all like that idea? Y'all thought that was cool? You want to see me do it again? And he stepped out with an even better album. The deluxe is better. The first 15 songs are better than the second 15, and the second 15 are incredible. But he smoked the deluxe album. He smoked the regular album. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is out here doing it like Pierre, bro. It's so crazy. He's producing full albums for other people that are great. right? Production's all amazing. But when he steps up to the plate for himself, out of the park. You need to listen to Sauce Girl. Honestly, could listen to the whole thing in context. You could play the whole 2 hours. I would say do it in hour chunks the first time if you're not, you know, prepared for that kind of sound. But Sauce Girl is like in the middle of the deluxe for real. And it's a wonderful song for me because it's a song about, you missed your girl, you miss your ex, you miss this love, you miss whatever. I think everybody's gone through that phase. I wrote a whole fucking album about it. Like, you know, and it's really just good music in my opinion because he's really expressing his feelings. And for artists of this type of music, their whole thing is either expression or escapism. And I think on this project, Pierre found a way to take the sounds of escapism and turn them into, conversations about his real life and bars about his real life. And yeah, a lot of it is like, I get money, I got whatever. But this song, it's really, it's a more emotional, more in tune with his feelings version of Pierre than we usually get when it comes to his music. And that is what excites me the most about it. It's genuinely a joy to listen to him express himself because he might have a crazy bar said in the most simple way, and you'll turn around and be like, damn, why ain't I think of that? That's so simple. I could have, you know what I mean? And you didn't. You couldn't have. It's such a simplest. Like there's a bar from a different song, but he was saying, "Let me cuff like a plaintiff," and that's such a like random bar. But who's ever said that? Nobody. You can't name anybody else who can hit with a bar like that. You know what I mean? It's super simple, but it's creative, and that's his entire brand. So forgive me for talking at length ridiculously about Pierre rather than Sauce Girl the song. Because Sauce Girl the song is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not steering you incorrect in towards that, but Pierre in general is so great. If you don't know, he's the guy who produced Magnolia for Playboy Cardi and a lot of other records that have just gone stupid for people. And I think Pierre really he shines in his production, but he's found a way to turn the artist version of himself into a hot commodity that people should really start taking notice of and really start trying to get involved with. He's a different breed, man. He's just I don't even know, but he inspired a huge wave of artists. And when you hear him, you're gonna start picking up all the people who he gave a sound to. Say thank you. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, if you've got any music you think I should listen to, any music that you want me to talk about on the show, or what the hell ever, you just want to kick it, you know what I mean? You just want to email me, say what's up, go right ahead. This your chance. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the screen. Email me at TarageMix at gmail.com. I don't know why I froze there. Sorry, I was buffering. I don't know. I was buffering for real. I forgot the Gmail, but yes, TarageMix, TaraJMix at gmail.com. Definitely send me stuff. I really would like to chat with y'all, even if it's like notes on shit to do in the show or just shit you rock with, just anything. Let me know. You fuck with the hoodies? You fuck with the fits? You know what I mean? Did y'all like the wasted shit from the last episode? I hope y'all did because that boy is amazing. And we got more clothing line stuff coming up. You know what I mean? I got conversations lined up with some wonderful people and some wonderful things, and I really want to, bring that portion of art into the show and really get deep into all things creative. I'm excited. I'm very fucking excited. But anyway, that's enough of that. To continue in our music conversation, Pierre actually is a good thought for this too. So let's put a pin there. But a question I was asked: is it better to build a catalog as an artist, or just kind of drop shit whenever you feel comfortable. And what they meant for real is it better to build up a bunch of songs, then come out with things? Is it better to just drop stuff as you make it? What's the right way to move as a creative in the modern age? And I think that question has a lot of different answers because it has a lot of different facets. Okay. Imagine you make 50 songs in a month. Should you drop all 50 songs at the end of that month or during that month? Probably not. 50 is a lot, you know? Unless you're NBA Youngboy, I'm not sure you can get away with that. I think maybe you could or should space it out, Really give your fans, give your people things to digest over that time, if anything. But you could just drop a bunch of songs if your entire goal was like movie placements and television placements, or as they call it in the business, sync licensing. I don't know if that'll go up on screen when I say it. We're going to try. We'll see. But sync licensing. So, sync licensing is when you send in records to television or to movies or just for commercials. You put up your songs or your beats or whatever to get you a little bread. If people, you send it out to different people who are looking for music, like different television agencies, different radio shows, different everything's are looking for backtracks and all types of fun music for their commercials, especially beats. If you're a producer, you got to get on that. I don't really have as much information to pass on to you to make that make sense currently. I hate to say this, if you Google, sync placements and things of that nature, there's 1,000 videos and podcasts of people, discussing it. But that's besides the point. Anyway, if you have more of a catalog, it's way easier to get that because you can just put 1,000 records up. You know what I mean? Like you can just put all your records up there and be like, yeah, bro, buy some. You can, if you meet somebody who's possibly selling or in the market to buy songs for commercials or for whatever, hell yeah, dude, I got like 80 right here waiting. What's up? What you need? You need raps. You need this. You need that. I got it. That's way more money in your pocket. And honestly, those people get out here getting more bread than a lot of the rappers that you see talking about it. They are. There's dudes you'd probably never know are making cheese off that. Hanging out dressed like me, kicking it straight bummy with money off their music they make in their basement that they've been selling to Ford and other television, other people trying to do advertisements and stuff. And there's independent films and major films that could really want your work. So, having a large catalog of songs helps you there. Where it hurts you though is if you drop too much music, even though people like an artist with a catalog, you can scare away certain new fans if you drop a shit ton. You kind of have to maneuver it the right way, you know? Because you can sit here and like build up a lot of records. You could build up like 2 records, and boom, just drop these 2 records and run away for a while. As long as they're majorly well received and they do a lot of numbers and they blow out your expectations and they do things you wouldn't expect them to do. But that's so rare in today's day and age because like I said last week, attention spans. And things move so fast that you got to do something that's crazy. You got to do something that sticks in the brain, and pay for ads a lot so that it continues to stick in their brain, but it's best of luck. It's something that, I believe every creative can really accomplish, but I wouldn't recommend the attempt. I would recommend, building a 10 record thing and planning, if you're going to plan anything big, take all 10 records and maybe plan all 10 of them. Like you want to do videos for half, maybe, do ad placements on all the songs and maybe drop them all as singles, or maybe if you do them in pairs, or, just do kind of a form of a rollout that makes having that many records come out at once makes sense. You know what I mean? Just, it's smart to build a catalog. I'll say that because I never truly answered the question here. It's better to build a catalog, absolutely. But I don't think it's better, or I don't think it's a good thing to just drop all of it or drop a ton of it at one time. I think if you build a catalog and then you turn around and develop an incredible, I guess, an incredible visual perspective of your music, or something to have people latch on to it more than just the music, I think at that point, yeah, just drop however many you want, do your thing. But just don't overwhelm your listener or your consumer or your whatever. Just kind of move at your own pace and be consistent. Whatever pace you set, run with it, you know? And don't, oh, for the love of everything, please don't get upset if people disagree with you. You know what I mean? Like if your philosophy is 10 songs in a year, stick to that and be cool with that. Don't be upset that people disagree with that. It is what it is. Yeah, they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you should do more, try it. But if you feel like your 10 songs things works, you better make it work and keep your head on straight. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people get really, sensitive when their catalog is critiqued. Like if you have 60 songs, you drop 60 songs and people are like, only 5 of these are good. You know what I mean? Like don't get hurt. Don't get offended. And that's a tall order. Both of those things are really crazy things I'm asking because artists, like all people, are sensitive about some things. There are some people who don't give a damn at all, but some are. Some are really, they really try their hardest to, make things that will be universally loved. And that's impossible. No one will love everything. They just won't. It's just not how the game goes. But I understand your desire for it. And I hope everybody does, but I'm not necessarily sure they will. It's just you just gotta keep your head on straight with everything, man. You can't get so hurt. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's human nature. It's completely human nature. The reason I said put a pin in the Pierre thing. So Pierre built a catalog of beats. Pierre built a catalog of songs, many of which were, similar. Like he would do songs on those beats that he also had in his beat folder. And then he would go to certain artist sessions in certain places and he would play a beat and be like, oh shit, please don't like this. Please don't like this. And they would love it because he's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And then somebody would record a song over it. And he would have to scrap. He wouldn't have to, but he would scrap his own work so somebody else could have it. First of all, it was going to make him more money. But second, it was opening doors to scenarios he maybe wouldn't have got in if he would have kept that beat for himself. He wasn't stingy. He wasn't selfish. He still isn't to this day. I think that is something that goes unnoticed for a lot of people because he doesn't talk about it. And he was never really openly heard about it. Some of his fans were because they heard leaks on great beats that then became like trippy songs and young nudie songs and it became Cardi beats that ended up getting leaked and it just ruined everything. But you never saw him complain. You never saw him be so upset. It was more like he was just creating. And if you took something from him, he would do something else. He would do his best to build something beautiful with whatever he had left. And I look at him as my shining example of what not to do in times of crisis with my creativity, or excuse me, as what to do in times of crisis. Forgive me for misspeaking, but I if people critique my catalog, thanks. Okay, cool. If people, hate certain things, they want certain things gone, or they want certain songs, money's on the table. If the right thing is there, if the right moves can be made, I gotta take that L, bro. I gotta move. I can't be so stuck. I can't be so sensitive. We can't be any of that. What good is it doing you to be so sensitive about it? That's all I want to know. With that, that's really all I want to know. But on the topic of sensitivity, let's spin this into the Raj section of the show. Yeah, you with it? I'm with it. Let's do it. I have been having a lot of conversations about sensitivity. As far as artists go, it was always like being critiqued about your music, and I would pick people's brains about that because I didn't see it as a big deal. If somebody doesn't like your art, you didn't make it specifically for them, did you? So what's the problem? But if you did, then you got to break it down and try to understand it. But lots of times you didn't. You made it because you liked it. You made it for you. So what's the issue? What I'm realizing is, human beings naturally live life in a certain way. Well, okay, let me take a step back for a second. A lot of people in the modern Western society, because my friends from Africa, my friends from Europe, my friends from wherever that aren't from places that are so individualistic, don't necessarily feel this way. But my more Western friends, they all kind of get, a little hurt, a little offended, a little, weird when people make critiques of them because it forces them, at least this is my opinion, and this is from some of their conversations. So some of you might hear this that I've discussed with, and you might not like that I'm saying this, but it's the truth. Some people really do just want to have their own way and want to live the things that they want to live however they want to live them. And it's somehow up to the rest of us. I just remembered my camera mic wasn't on, so I just fucked up so much of this video, but it's okay. Audio people, you are so lucky, let me tell you. Anyway, these people, they get so hurt that their life is being challenged, and they don't have a desire to evolve. They have the desire to become appreciated. And that sounds kind of crazy, but you can't be grandfathered into love and success. It's just not how it works. It's not how the world works. It's not how anything in life works. You have to grow into it. You have to evolve into it. It doesn't just happen. And that's with anything in life. People get sensitive about being questioned to a point where they turn around and start saying rude ass things to each other rather than trying to understand why they got questioned. Case in point, the phrase, or excuse me, the word snowflakes. That shit has been taken and turned into some nonsense. Motherfuckers will really say, "Oh, you're a snowflake. Why would you get so offended by that? Oh my god!" And it's like, bro, do you not realize that using a phrase like that to boil me into something else, getting upset at me for being upset about a situation, also makes you sensitive, you dumbass. You're sensitive about things in your own life. I'm being challenged? Snowflake. What? I have a long form complaint about my shit. You boil it down to one word. That's hilarious to me. And the amount of people who don't see that confuse me. Like I'm complaining to you because you said something to me that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't like. And you turn around and look at me and go, "Well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? I didn't like what you said." Well, how dare you try to police the things I'm saying? How on earth can you feel mad right now when nothing happened to you? Nobody stepped out of bounds for you. You stepped out of bounds. And now the repercussions of it, like, oh no, the repercussions of my own actions. Ah, fuck you. Like, what kind of shit what sense does that make? You stepped out of bounds. How is the other person anything other than, somebody who got offended? Like, why does it turn into more than that? Why can't it just be a conversation? Why can't people try to understand why maybe what they said isn't correct? I have some friends and coworkers whom I've been, who I had a funny moment with, and that was the first time in a long time that a conversation on sensitivity turned into something, actually helpful and useful, because the man was like, "Why would someone get upset when I say this?" And I was like, "Well, because maybe they don't, the context in which it's always used is negative and they don't like this or that. And you maybe aren't saying those things, but those things are attached to it socially very often. It's like you're a rare case where that's not what it means for them." So when you say that to the other person, their response to you is because of the history of what you just said. And the man took the moment to acknowledge it and try to understand it. That was rare. It was a rare moment. You know what happened when one of my other coworkers came in and heard that conversation?
Ah, snowflakes. That's why.
You fucking serious, dude? And I rock with dog heavy, and this isn't really going to change that to that degree. It's probably going to open up our conversations even more. But it was crazy to me that he got upset that she didn't like something another man said. That's such a weird reaction. But you know what it made me realize? I think we as a community of Western people are fucking sensitive. Think about it. Humans naturally want to exist. Well, okay, let me not say humans naturally. Our civilization naturally pushes individualism. And yes, that may be, a subsidiary of capitalism and other things of that nature now. But at one point in time, it was strictly just because people wanted to be individual. They wanted to be free. They wanted to be themselves. It was the thing that this very nation, the United States, was founded upon, I guess. Uh, you know, being you, being independent, being one. And I think that has pushed us into this my world identity of selfishness and, self absorbed nonsense. And yeah, it's okay. Individualism itself is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's not the origin of said problem, but it's become such a large part of the problem we can't even separate it from the issue. Like our culture naturally created sensitive people by creating individualism. Okay, that sounds crazy, yes, but understand, you know, you want to speak how you want because you're you. You want to live how you want. Or you want to eat how you want because you're you. You want to walk how you want because that's how you walk and it's comfortable. Let somebody come in and tell you, hey, the way you're walking is hurting your back. You need to change this and this. You don't feel it hurting your back. You feel fine. You give it 20 years. That's when you feel the pain. Like the repercussions. Oh no, once I said what I say earlier, oh no, the repercussions of my own actions. That shit. There are things that we withhold within, or excuse me, we hold within ourselves that people often will find a problem with. And it's up to you to decide whether or not it's worth the change, it's worth the evolution. Yes, oftentimes I can see it not being worth it because people are nitpicky. Yes. But are you telling me that somebody saying, hey, don't call me this thing, I don't like this thing, makes them sensitive? Bro, if you don't want to be, if your name is Mark, you don't want to be called Matt. If I'm calling you Matt all day, every day, you're going to be like, bro, my name's Mark. I'm not about to call you sensitive. Your name is, it's not your name. Now, if your name is Mark, but you want to be called, whatever, M, fuck it, let's go with M. And I keep going, no, Mark. Are you Mark? Yes. Did you ask to be called Mark? No. Why is that person sensitive for not liking that I'm calling them Mark? I don't understand how that makes you sensitive. And yes, this is a direct parallel to the conversation. So if this sounds like some bullshit, it's not. This is, parallel. I'm not gonna get into the exact detail, but this is parallel. And it's things like that that have made me, really examine how we are as people. And someone that I used to hang around was talking to me once because she called me selfish, and I asked why. Because to me, it's like, well, I just look out for myself. I keep myself in mind, and I do things that are good for me. That doesn't mean I don't do things that are good for the group. But in saying that, even having the thought of saying that, even having the thought of everything being me, 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 just one way down, um, where she's from would not fly. The tribe, the culture is like, yo, we are one. We are us. You have to thrive. I have to thrive. He has to thrive. She has to thrive. That's it. And in all of us thriving and all of us building something great, our community can grow and grow and grow and become stronger. And that way, we will be better. It's like for us, what we take pride in an individual is the same shit they take pride in group. And they've learned to work as a unit and to set aside outside things and other thoughts and just properly come together and build and, be. They exist helpfully. And I don't think that's a thing we've figured out over here. We antagonize each other for wanting positive change. Hell, we antagonize each other for breathing sometimes. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers just don't like motherfuckers right now. It's just very weird. And I think the idea of being sensitive rather than being conscious to your own reality and to others' reality, is hilarious. How am I sensitive because I recognize that some people don't like something? I just want you. I'm like, yo, maybe don't say that because they not rocking with it. They're not sensitive. They just don't rock with that. You don't want to. You a grown man. If I call you a bitch, it's a problem, right? What if bitch to me don't mean the same thing as bitch to you? That's all I'm saying. Are you sensitive in that point? If I say that then to a grown man, if I call him a bitch, but it don't mean what it mean to him to me, is he not sensitive? That's how y'all niggas sound. That's how y'all sound. And that that is disgusting to me in a way. I hate it. And I hate that we can't be like those communities on the other side of the earth and put aside little things within ourselves to help each other be better and help each other have different or better lives and enrich the experience of the man in front of you, of the woman to your left, of the child behind you. I thought that was the goal. I thought the point was a better future. I thought our whole shit was supposed to be being better, doing more, not holding each other back for simple shit, for little shit. Like, what? That's crazy. Can we grow past this? I'm asking the viewer, I'm asking you, can we grow past this phase? I don't want to say, the big orange idiot stoked a fire that can't be put out, because I think it can be. I think the snowflake term, I think the ideologies behind, a lot of these things, I think they can be stamped out. And I think I think we can find a way to come together ideologically as people and really, even though we have our major differences, I think we can find the common human grounds and the understanding sensibilities and just keep it moving. Like, I don't think forever we're going to have the people who are like, well, it's my word, I want to say it. I don't think we're going to have that forever. I think eventually that'll die out. But, telling people they can't do something makes them want to do it even more. So I don't know how it's going to go. I feel like me even saying this is going to turn, into people breathing down my fucking neck, calling me all types of names. But I'm just raising a point. I'm just putting up a parallel so that you can try and understand, the existence that you live in and the reality that's in front of you. It's like everybody feels for the same things, man. Maybe not the exact same things, but at the end of the day, your core, your insides want the same thing mine does. Happiness, peace, freedom to be you. Sometimes that includes changing your verbiage so that you don't, step on anybody else's toes, man. It's so easy. And that's the thing. The last thing I really want to step on with this is so funny. Those people who are like, well, I want to use these words. I wanted this. I wanted that. You just shit on your own intelligence to me. Because if you can't think of another word, if you can't think of another phrase, if you can't think of another way to evolve into this, if you can't think of another way to move around these people who don't like how you move and think it makes them uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Then something's wrong with you. That means you don't have the brain power for the moment that you're in. You should be smart enough. You should be wise enough to be able to adapt to any situation in front of you. Anybody who's made it past the age 20 should be able to understand what is and is not something You should change. Yes, you're going to run into the fucking wall first, of course, but you should be able to understand when someone's like, yo, this ain't it. You got to be like, my fault, and keep it and adapt. You can be bullheaded. Yeah, for sure. All you want. But the consequence that comes with your action better not make you mad, because guess what you'll be? I ain't even got to say the word. I don't even have to say it. You already know. Just stupid ass. Anyway, sorry. That's the end of that rant. We kind of got dragged in due to me saying the word sensitive and sensitivity. But, I've just been exposed to some of the funniest, conversations over the past few months. And I think it really has made me go back into my understanding and analyzing humanity bag. I'm just observant. I look out in the world and just try to pick up the details of the people out in it and the people in front of me, and just try to understand them and try to understand their struggles and try to understand so many things. I just try to understand the human experience. And I think we would all be better fucking people if everybody went out and tried to do the same. If that's flagrant, that's flagrant. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be better as people than worse as myself. And I will stand on that till the end of time. So with that being said, boom, concludes the Raj portion. Isn't that beautiful, bro? Isn't that beautiful? We can come together as people. We can have great conversations. We can have the tough conversations. I always want to have the tough conversations. You want to say that, you want to have a tough conversation for real? You can email me for real. You know what I'm saying? Hit the boom, middle of the screen again. You know what I'm saying? tarajmix@gmail.com. Hit me. Tell me how you feel. If you disagree, if you agree, I would like to know. Comment below. You can send in I'm gonna put a Q&A or a true false in the description of the Spotify playlist here. Answer that. I'd love to hear your comments. And speaking of, please, on whatever platform you're listening, give us a like, give us a little rate, whatever you choose to rate, whatever you choose to write in your description. Just be honest. I appreciate whatever it is. And I love you for even thinking about it. It helps the show out greatly. Visibility is important. And you doing your part is just as important as me doing mine. And I really appreciate it. Let's build as a community, man. Let's be bigger. Let's be better. I don't know, man. I got so many happy fucking thoughts right now. And I'm really happy to be sitting here, chatting with you again. And as far as me recording this, it's about 10 minutes to my 25th birthday. I wish this was episode 25, but life doesn't line up like that sometimes. So here we are with episode 21 being wrapped. I just want to say, go listen to the 25 EP, bro. Please. It's on all your streaming platforms. Just look up 25 Taraj. You'll find it. It's beautiful. I really appreciate all of the love you guys give. I appreciate you sitting here listening and being cool with me wasting like 40 minutes of your time. I hope that I made it a enjoyable 40. Anyway, peace, love, positivity. See you next week. Rhythm and Raj. Hi, it's me. Rhythm and Raj. Talking about music. Rhythm and Raj. Rhythm and Raj. It's Rhythm and Raj.